Hey everyone, today's video recap will be one of the most trending and awaited film of 2022. It is Detective Knight, Rogue, also popular as simply Knight. Detective Knight, Rogue is a 2022 American action film directed by Edward John Drake, from a screenplay by Drake and Corey Large, and produced by Large, Randall Emmett, and George Furla. It stars Bruce Willis. Detective Knight, Rogue was released by Lionsgate Films in limited theaters and VOD on October 21, 2022. This was a brief introduction to film, and now let's begin to dive into the plot and enjoy watching. Likes and subscriptions are highly appreciated. The film begins with a heist in the city of Los Angeles, looking like the initial heist of Michael Mann's Intensity, where four veiled men burglarize a truck brimming with cash. They effectively ransack the truck, however they get the Intensity at takeoff time. On the run, they take a vehicle from the close-by parking garage. Nonetheless, the police find them. At that exact instant, one of the burglars begins terminating aimlessly at the police vehicles. In the meantime, analyst Knight, Bruce Willis, alongside his accomplice Fitz, Lachlan Monroe, enters the scene, encountering the burglars. They discharge at one another, and Fitz is seriously injured by various chances during crossfire. With that reason, the looters escape from the spot, and a dazed Knight acts the hero his accomplice. While Fitz battles for his life in the clinic, the burglars take off to New York on a confidential plane. From their discussions, we come to be familiar with their actual personality. They are Casey, Bo Mirchoff, the head of the team, Mercer, Corey Large, the hot-headed Rambo of the gathering, Mike, Cesar Miramontes, Casey's closest companion, and Sykes, Kia King, the young lady with the most knowledge among every one of the three in the gathering. In the meantime, Knight collaborates with Sango, one more analyst from the LAPD, in LA. Sango lets Knight know that this sort of heist is occurring all around the nation, and there is this one plane found in each city the burglary has occurred in. He likewise says that the airplane has a place with Winna, the proprietor of a New York-based shell organization. By hearing this, Knight expresses that he knows Winna and he is initially a bookie. In New York, Casey meets with his loved ones. While he attempts to give his very best to get the family together as his better half becomes dubious about his work. She lets him know that he isn't the individual he used to be as a football player. She is additionally worried about his developing chronic drug use. In answer, Casey guarantees her that he will make everything right. He meets Winna that day and gets his next task, grabbing a standout sports card from a high-security sell-off in New York City. Afterward, he meets with Sykes and Mike and enlightens them concerning the work. He likewise expresses that they will be three in the group this time, as he can't entrust Mercer with his hot head. At first reluctant, Mike and Sykes come ready. In the interim, Sango and Knight come to meet with Winna. They get some information about the heists and his conceivable contribution with them. Winna won't discuss any of these, and the two criminal investigators should leave with nothing. Outside, they meet with Winna's guardian Briga. At the point when Knight goes for a dressing, he provides him with the name of Casey and advises him to avoid Winna. Casey and Mercer track down by Knight and Sango. Knight perceives Casey as a previous football player, American football. Be that as it may, as they have no proof, they get only some chatter. In the interim, Sango meets with the police head of the NYPD and offers shared help to one another. However, they are on a similar side, their purview interest and inner selves impact, and the NYPD police boss clarifies that they don't require help from anybody. Interim, Casey and his group look into investigator Knight's past. They find that he was an old NYPD cop who once shot a man canceled Jerry Drain during obligation. Jerry Drain was an ex-con and bank looter who killed Knight's dad when he, Knight, was a little child. Along these lines, he killed Jerry Filter out of retribution. Winna was his C around then, and he informed him about Drain's safe house. However, interested with this, Casey and the group don't give a lot of weight to Knight and plan their best course of action. They practice their heist and choose to send Sykes to grab the card, as her timing is ideal for the gig. Up for sale day, Winna arrives at the closeout place with his sweetheart. In the interim, Casey, Mike, and Sykes likewise come to the site. At the point when Sykes enters the structure, she is spotted by a covert cop who finds her. In spite of the fact that she figures out how to escape, the police become mindful of the interruption. Finally, she grabs the card, however scarcely figures out how to get away and get found out. Prior to getting found out, she attempts to surrender the card to Winna. So the police view is nothing on her. After the heist has occurred, Knight arrives at the crime location. Sango, who is as of now present, lets him know that the card isn't found at this point. Meanwhile, Winna comes to Knight and helps him to remember his approval. He requests that Knight give him leeway to leave the crime location. At the point when Knight doesn't move, he takes steps to kill Fitz back in LA. With no decision left, Knight needs to give him freedom. Incensed with this demonstration, Songo lets Knight know that he doesn't merit the police identification. Then again, Casey and Mike arrive at their note. Still stunned by Sykes' capture, Mike continually requests that Casey return and salvage Sykes. Casey quiets him down and lets him know that Winna will get her covered as he has the police force in his pockets. Meanwhile, Casey gets a call from Winna. He tells him, Casey, that he had the card, however during the examination, one of the police recovered it. So presently, he and Mike need to get that, and he will take care of Sykes. While Casey is chatting on the telephone, professional killers come to kill Casey and Mike. While Casey retaliates, Mike is shot on various occasions and bites the dust without hesitation. Casey understands that these professional killers are Winna's men, and presently he is pursued to remove the connections among Winna and the heist. Without any choices left, he runs away from the area. The police division is enraged with Knight's way of behaving, and the NYPD police boss lets Songo know that assuming some other setback occurs from Knight's side, they will put him in jail. Songo understands Knight's issue and calls him to talk. They meet in a recreation area, and Songo lets Knight know that these large numbers of crooks are previous competitors. He likewise lets him know that they track down Sykes' other two accessories, however figure out one is dead, Mike. They understand that Winna is removing the last details. To catch Winna, Songo gives free hand to Knight. Still stressed over Fitz, Knight becomes reluctant. Accordingly, Songo lets him know that he must catch the crooks, and Fitz would do likewise assuming he were in his situation. While on the run, Casey meets with Mercer. He informs him regarding what is happening. Casey understands that the main choice to live is to kill Winna before he kills him. To contact Winna, he makes an arrangement with Mercer to take the card from the police headquarters. Upon the arrival of Halloween, Mercer goes to loot a bank to redirect the police's consideration as Casey, simultaneously, enters and grabs the card from the police headquarters. However, the arrangement gets fruitful, Mercer has chanced by Songo, and Casey gets found out by Knight. Knight gives the card to Casey, which is concealed inside his police identification. Winna conceals it when they meet after the heist in the closeout place. He drives him to Winna to make access for himself. Through the surveillance camera, he watches Knight and Casey coming for him. Seeing this, he arranges the demise of Fitz. While Knight and Casey are drawing nearer, Fitz, back in LA, battles against the professional killer and kills him by gagging from his medical clinic bed. In the confrontation, Knight kills Winna and Brigga and liberates Casey. Meanwhile, Songo accompanies Force. He orders to capture of Knight while Casey runs away from the area. At the point when the dusks, Casey attempts to return to his loved ones. While heading to meet them, the police track down him and capture him. His significant other, Lily, and girl are stunned by this landscape. His little girl shouts for her dad, however the inescapable can't be upset by time. In the last shot, we see Lily and her girl disappear from Casey as they, as well, abandon him. In this way, eventually, there can be two prospects from which we can expect Knight's future. To begin with, Songo comprehends that the best way to get Winna is through Knight, as different ways are shut. Thus, he actuates Knight to pursue Winna in spite of realizing that the police won't allow an open door to pass to put him in the slammer. Second, Songo captures Knight toward the end. In this way, it very well may be conceivable that he catches Knight barely out of convention, and he will vouch for his boldness to face one of the famous lawbreakers of New York in the resulting request. Likewise, it very well may be conceivable Songo has an arrangement to safeguard Knight from some other risk by means of Winna's accessories. Thus, he places him in prison as a sanctuary. Anything it might appear, we should trust that the film's subsequent portion will emerge and respond to the inquiries. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to my channel for more videos and updates.